I am also ready.
Well, I put us on before I put on the video, so...
Honorable Mentions, the only show that airs every Wednesday at 9:30 on 2MB Studios, which features two hosts and up to two different guests every single week as we review the only tweets this week that were any good. If that's the show you want to watch, you're in the right place. I am your host, du jour, Rachel Ammerman. I'm clearing my camera. You've noticed it's a little bit dirty. I don't know how it got dirt on it. Someone must have been eating on it. I am not the only host of this show, however. We have one more host, and one day his name will also be in the graphic, which we use every week. Please give it up for family man, funny man, and friend forever, Eddie Heller.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm crossing my fingers because the certainty with which you said that my name will be on the logo is not certainty I carry.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to jinx, my dream.
I think that it's going to happen any week now. I can feel it. I can feel it happening as we're talking. Those who do not know, the man we all love, Matt Fear, who did most of the graphics for this channel, recently had a child. And if you're ever wondering, oh, I wonder if any of the graphics will update at any point, it's less likely because of how busy being a father makes you. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. Either he can get less busy, he could decide it's a priority, or I could decide to do it.
I've thought about like poor versions of it that I could do.
Yeah.
But I don't want. It's got to be done right when we get there.
Yeah, it'll be done right. It will be done by someone, and it will be showing up anytime on a tweet near you. Now, Adi, we're not the only people on the show tonight. We have two fabulous guests who we both know forever. They are our ride or die. They are our brothers in arms.
Only the good tweets and only the good guests.
Only the good tweets and only the good guests. They are, if we were in some sort of Fast and Furious scenario, they would be the other guys in the cars with us.
They wouldn't be the enemies.
They wouldn't be the bad guys who, as we know, always turn into the good guys if it's a Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, I think that's a great intro. I'm really happy with how that came out of my mouth. Please give it up for our two wonderful guests tonight, John Serpico and Michael Trainor.
Good evening.
Hey.
Hello.
And John and Michael, do you have any expectations for tonight of things you want to see or things you want to say or things you want to happen?
I'd like to have that combination of feelings where you are elated, shocked, don't know if you can make sounds out of your mouth based off of the new images you're seeing. So a high bar, but I believe we can get there.
We've been there.
Strong second. One thing that I've learned over a few visits to this wonderful show is that I'm gonna feel something about every tweet. Don't know what it is, but it's never gonna be neutral. I'm gonna be somewhere on the meter that's not zero.
Yeah, I think we can fulfill both of those expectations tonight. We have some really great tweets tonight that I found earlier tonight. So without further ado, we're going to get straight to them. Actually, before we do that, we are going to look at a featured video, a sporadic feature, a sporadic segment on this show. Let me share my screen so I can share this wonderful video with yourselves and everyone watching tonight. As you may or may not know, David Thomas, currently the host of two different shows on the channel, is a big, strong man. He's a big, strong man, and he takes videos of himself demonstrating this strength that he has in his body. I have no strength in my body, so to me, this is an alien behavior. But we have a great video of him tonight. He submitted to us for the show a new flexing video. Are you guys ready to see it?
I'm excited.
Can't wait.
I learned.
Three.
This here is a tip that I learned today. Flex that, and you turn the wrist in. Makes it pop. Try it. This here is a
I'm
tip.
gonna stop playing. Give it up. Give it for David in the bathroom, where all the flexing videos take place.
I could do it with one arm, but not the other,
Right.
because I only have a distal bicep tendon in one of my arms, and it's this one. Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't expect to learn anything from this flexing video, so shame on me. I'm going to take that with me.
I love that these have become educational. I hope he tells us more about the human body so that I may learn and know anything about it whatsoever. Thank you, David, our strongest man and strongest friend.
I just want to also note, great haircut, Dave. We got haircuts on the same day, so good work by us.
Yeah, you guys are known as Haircut Brothers, I believe.
Yeah, they call us Snipsibs. That's what they went with.
That wasn't your choice. That's just what they call
That's
it.
No, that's sometimes you don't control these things.
No, society just settled on that through all the options over the years.
I would have gone with Sniplings, but Snipsibs is also awful to say. So thank you, Adi.
Fair. Ansalt got it. We got there.
We got there. Cool. Are you guys ready to see some tweets of the week?
Can't wait.
Let's do it.
Here's my a folder where I keep all the great tweets. Let's
Folder.
get. It's like a salt gun straight to the heart, Todd.
I'd be so nervous about emailing that to my boss or something accidentally. I couldn't do it.
Let me. Yeah, I think my boss would enjoy it because at this point my boss is just our friend Erin Maybe, and I'm like, she'd enjoy this. She'd enjoy these.
Yeah.
She would enjoy the riddle that is this list of links.
I think she'd get it. I think she'd be like, these are the best tweets of the week, aren't they? We're going to start off with a silly one. As we all know, there's nothing funnier than white guys reacting to things. So I thought we'd start there. White people see ass and they say this. Let's scroll down. Good morning. Ah, geez.
Oh.
I mean, that's what you say if you have trees in the background of your profile picture, I think.
Ah, geez, guys.
Ah, geez.
I don't know. It's the sound of someone that literally doesn't know what to do with that image. I got nothing. I got no preparation in my day for seeing a butt.
I always think I'm still young. I'm technically in my 30s for another hot minute or two, and I'm like, I'm young. I've got stuff figured out. I play video games. I'm hip to the world, but at the same time, I realize that I left the dating pool long before just sending pictures of butts on text messages was just like a thing. And I don't know how I would respond these days. I'm not equipped for that. So,
Can you please try? Can we go right back to that picture and you just say the first thing? Imagine none of us are here.
I guess the context would be who is sending me this.
Yeah.
Like it. So
Right.
let me ask, who is sending me this? I will then immediately deliver a response.
It's Michael Trainor.
I would then say, "Oops."
And then I write my mistake, and then I send it again with an exclamation point. What do you do?
I would say at this point, I'm saving it. I gave you an off ramp. You didn't take the off ramp.
That's right. That's on me.
I'll be. Ooh. Okay. All right.
What the hell?
We are seeing though a number of responses that are very interesting, which is what blows my mind is when someone, usually a guy, usually of a certain age, responds to any picture of an attractive person online by just saying like, you are gorgeous, or you are beautiful, or like, oh, I wish you were a little bit older, because usually in my mind they're like 60 years old. And I just think like, you're saying this in front of like, God and country. Just why? What do you personally have to gain by shouting, "I like this ass picture" into the ether. Especially because you're a gray-haired dude in front of like trees. That's your background. Or you're in your car and you have sunglasses. Like, we know who you are.
Right. What's
You
the
know?
outcome that you expect? Best case scenario in reality.
What is the best? If the best case scenario is nothing in my life changes, do not do what you're about to do.
Right.
If every other option is your life becomes incrementally worse, just don't do it. Just don't say anything to anybody.
I
You're
think
not
the
part
reason
of the discourse, you know?
I think the reason they say it is because they can, and no one can stop them. I think it's a way that they feel free and empowered. You're like, oh, I can just say awooga to any lady picture, and no one will throw me in jail. And this is how. This is the greatest thrill of my life.
Is it's functionally a cat call.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
So
is very
I think
interesting.
a lot of the
for me
same
to
power
think about,
dynamic.
yeah.
We failed the cat call test. They set us up for why would people do this? And we're like, I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense.
Because I guess I never thought about it as a power thing. Like I always just thought, it's like, why in God's name would you say anything? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, I am still of an age where I don't talk to strangers, nor do I think anyone should talk to any strangers ever, for any reason, regardless of age. Like unless money is changing hands or your blood relatives, do not talk to anyone. But from my perspective, it's never like past like, yes, I am repressed as like a 55-year-old ops manager in like a 4-bedroom house in the suburbs. I'm repressed. I need a space where I can safely objectify women.
Mhm.
It's yeah.
But that's really what it is. That is, I think, really what it is.
As always, this has been a revelatory experience for me being on this show.
Excellent. I will say that, John, if you don't like talking to strangers, Twitter might not be for you because it's mostly almost only that. And therefore, for you, sort of a horrible place that does not derive from intuition.
That's why I like this show, because it's like I'm parachuting into a war zone with elite commandos that know the terrain.
I'm like, here's a knife. Just follow me and don't rise higher than 3 feet tall. So I wanted to bring this one up because this was one of those tweets where I'm like, I have questions, and I feel like 3 different people could possibly answer the questions for me. The caption for this is, what the fuck was he supposed to bring her? This is driving me insane. And the picture is a screen cap from TikTok, and the caption on the TikTok is, when you tell your soon-to-be husband to pick up celery for your charcuterie board, and he brings you this. And the idea is that he brought her the wrong thing.
He brought is it big celery?
I think it's uncut celery.
Yeah, I think she was asking for like those little square containers of the perfectly cut celery that cost $4 goddamn dollars,
Right.
instead of that, which cost $1.49.
And Dom Chomsky's beverage girlfriend nailed it right here. That's a crudité. Celery for your crudité, not for your charcuterie.
Oof.
I was so stuck on the one thing.
Yeah, and you were just missing the ball, man. It was flying right by you.
I didn't see the sniper, but I heard the gun.
Right.
Look at that charcuterie board right there.
That's a crudité
great.
platter. She posted it after the.
Really
Okay, she made a crudité platter, and literally none of that she made or cut. Like, it was literally get me things from the supermarket that I can open and put on a board for Instagram.
It's a craft project. It's an adult version of like taking sticker, like what a child does is like pulls stickers out of a book and puts them on a page in the order.
Yeah. It's like organizing beads in a bowl.
Yeah.
It's like, here you go, I did it.
I don't like it. I'm glad I'm not friends with this person. She sounds awful.
What the fuck is de-stringing celery?
You know how much care I put into a charcuterie board? Oh my god! Like this person.
A charcuterie board, and
Or
I
even a
guess
crudité
theoretically
board,
a
by the
way.
crudité should be a flavor experience first.
There's
And that's why you get the celery that the soon-to-be husband got, because it's also fresher.
absolutely. Could we scroll back up to the crudité actually?
Yes.
Because there is flavor discordance on here. It is majority. You got majority. I don't want to call it savory, but you've got carrots, tomatoes, celery, and then why in God's name are you also mixing in fruit? What are those dips? Is one of them like a ranch dip, and the other one's that weird fruit dip that you get at like Shaw's that no one ever eats because it's awful? How
It's
can
just
you
blobs.
tell the difference?
And next to it is cut strawberries, if I'm looking at that right. So they've
And
already.
a lot of them.
What's that?
It's a lot of cut
Yeah.
strawberries.
So they already have two displays ready, so they didn't have to mix the fruit with the crudité. That's weird.
What the fuck happened when they walked past the hummus that didn't make them buy some?
Her parties are awful, and I bet her friends hate her.
That is
Heated.
Yeah, I agree. I also like. So I don't know any. I'll be honest here. I've never made a crudité board. I've never made a charcuterie board. Is there a reason that the celery is that the cucumber would get the position of honor? I assume the middle hole is the position of honor.
Because she doesn't know what she's doing.
No,
That's why.
the most important dip should be in the center.
The most important dip goes in the center. Like a crudité situation like this, if in the middle was a really nice hummus, a plain hummus or garlic hummus maybe, and around it you've got carrots. Those cherry tomatoes, by the way, get them the hell out of there. Don't you want you want your carrots. You want cucumber. I would recommend if you have hummus in the middle to cut it into spears. Because those things are, I think those, or like those things are cut a little too thin. What are you trying to dip them into? They're going to bend. I don't think tomatoes have any place on a board like that if you're dealing with like a hummus.
Well, this is why, and I agree with you. And the reason I agree is because this is not like in the center of your table during dinner. This is in a table where people are sitting and relaxing and chatting. And so you need everything they eat to be simple. And those cherry tomatoes are going to explode.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no one's going to want to touch them. I don't care if you love cherry tomatoes. Like, your option is eat it whole and suck it through your food pipe or avoid it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like anything, if you are away from the dining room table, if you are sitting on a couch, if you have TV trays, if you're eating off a coffee table, like you're not all gathered around and utensling. No, everything you get needs to be handheld and not make a mess. So like, this is. Where is she from? What's her deal?
Where's she from?
Is
this her first time seeing vegetables?
No.
I think there were a lot of decisions made a little bit on the fly. Like I was thinking about the cucumber, and it feels like she tried to assemble them on the sides and then realized she had cut too many and they were just falling off. So she put them in the center, or the reverse, where she had too much to fill the center with. So then she's like, oh, I'll just stream them on the side.
And what I can tell you is that's her own failure, because she should have known when to say no. She should have understood that less is more.
And it's goofy
She's
where
totally
the
fine,
fruit...
by the way, cutting up cucumbers.
Sure.
Not fine cutting up celery, which, by the way, cutting up that much celery takes 20 seconds. Cutting up a cucumber, all day.
All day.
This is the other thing.
And the widths aren't even right. She was blindly hacking.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a great host, you prep more than you're going to need on your crudité platter. You keep the other stuff ready. If people go crazy on something and there's time to kill, you refill.
Yeah, the asymmetry on this is like you have fruit at 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and then the cherry tomatoes at 3 and 6. Like, just put them opposite each other if you're going to do it.
If you're already screwing up, at least create a visual mosaic that has mirrors. Like, yeah, I agree. This is hell. This is what hell looks like.
Here's where I feel like this is like a Greek tragedy, right? Like we all have that one fatal flaw that would make us die in a Greek play. And it's not for her like being bad at crudité boards. Like I couldn't make a crudité board necessarily. I can't promise you I'd make a good one, but it's like her annoyance at her husband for some presumed faux pas that I think really lets the rest of us sharpen our knives. If she had just gone into this humbly and being like, my first time, trying my best, I love my husband. If she had just said, I love my husband, I think we would all be much kinder to her.
Yeah, the
I love
fact
my
that
husband. I wasn't ready to be cutting tonight.
the only situation. No, I'm never gonna put a condition on it. Dragging your significant other on Twitter is so stupid, and I hate it. And it always looks worse for you. Like, maybe the only exception is like people trying to sort out complicated questions of etiquette on like the "Am I the Asshole" subreddit. Maybe then you can post stuff that kind of drag your significant other or your partner. But if you're just like trying to hunt likes by being like, look at my moron husband getting me celery when I asked for celery. Like, no.
The way to do it if you have to is through a Reddit "Am I the Asshole" post where it's anonymous and you're just allowing people to think through the experience.
Guys, do you want to watch the video where she answers this question herself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Are we sharing sound?
Right. The answer you've all been waiting for. It pains me to tell you guys this, but that was not celery. That was bok choy.
All right, let's take it up to the top here. What?
Really?
No.
No way in hell that's
No.
bok choy. That's
How would that be bok choy?
Bok choy is all leaves.
I think she's trolling us. I think she knew what she was doing in the beginning, and now she's just loving it.
She's just getting action.
Is she working us? Is she like a wrestling heel working? That's what bok choy. Look at that.
No, and this was a TikTok, right? The original? Okay.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Good.
This might be some of that Gen Z humor.
I've come around. She achieved her goals.
You know what? You know what this is? This is a villain monologuing. That's what this is. This isn't a person that is trying to performatively show her virtue by dragging her idiot husband. No, she's trolling us, and she succeeded.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will move on. But if you are interested in learning more about the woman who may or may not be acting this way, so that will get mad, you can find her at L_Madsen on TikTok, of course. I'm sure there are lots of follow-up videos to this madness. Anything that's this popular on Twitter would be even bigger on TikTok. So I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of comments to sift through if you want to follow this emerging and developing drama. Are you guys ready for the next tweet?
Absolutely. Hopefully she's better at selling her shitty homemade jewelry than she is at making crudité, though.
Oh my god! You're more mad than the cat.
So I did feel like this is from an older movie, but I feel like it's been taking Twitter by storm, 50,000 likes. And so I thought we should watch it together. The
Okay.
caption reads, thinking about the erotic thriller film where a young man gives Jennifer Lopez a priceless first edition copy of the Iliad. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Noah. Come on in. You know, Kevin already left.
Actually, I think something up for you.
Oh my God, this is a first edition? I can't accept it. This is a fortune.
It was a bucket of gold. And then
Oh.
She couldn't. If that was the first edition, she definitely couldn't accept that.
She,
That'd be a
she'd
crime.
tried at The Hague. She would be involved in a decade-long legal battle
Yeah.
with the nation of Greece.
See, this is a sympathetic character, not this crudité monarch.
Yeah, this is... I can't possibly accept this because it's 2,800 years old and belongs in a European museum under glass and in a negative pressure environment. Also, I'm pretty sure I need to call Interpol, young man.
The twist is that he's actually Carmen Sandiego. So some
Yeah, it's the first edition. It's the ghost of Homer slowly talking to you about this. Oh my God.
Some people in the mentions have said it could be the first edition of a particular translation, but the thing is that the dialogue in the scene does not support that at all.
No.
No. So I've actually seen this movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm upset at myself for not paying enough attention to catch that the first time I watched it. 'Cause it was like a movie that was on TV kind of thing. Yeah, no, it's a really bad movie. It's called The Boy Next Door. It's everything you think it is plus that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm seeing the LA Times try to give this some credence, but it's just not hitting home with me.
Oh, come on, Annie Brandt.
She says it's, in fact, an actual copy of the Iliad and not a fabricated prop, she said in an email.
And Abolish said this as well, which gives it more credence than the prop master. But I really don't. But I believe that her character is supposed to care about something like that because she's an academic,
Mm-hmm.
but he's supposed to be like 16, I think, and just like kind of like a he's not like an educated or whatever character. He's like the kid who doesn't get great grades, who's so sexy next door.
I don't know. I love doing push-ups. I love eating pizza rolls, and I love finding 19th century translation of 8th century BE epic Odyssey poetry. Okay, I don't know. It's just how I was raised.
There is a really good Wikipedia summary of part of the movie. Let me just read it quickly. When Claire is about to leave, Noah stops her and continues flirting with her. He kisses her passionately. He proceeds to undress her and kiss her all over her body, top to tip. He takes her to bed and touches her fully body. Inserts his hands inside her panties. This person obviously typed the summary with one hand. Claire is seduced as she was untouched after being separated from her husband, and they have passionate sex. The following morning, Claire wakes.
Well, this bot doesn't pass the Turing test.
Yeah.
Adi, did you like this movie? What would you say about this movie?
No, I don't think I finished watching it. I think I opted out Somewhere around the illegal relationship escalating, because that sort of thing makes me not comfortable.
Have any of you ever walked out of a movie?
No, came close, but never did it.
No. I've fallen asleep during movies, but that's a different issue.
Same.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have. Pretty sure I have not.
A friend of mine wanted to walk out of The Punisher, but there was literally 5 minutes left in the movie. I'm like, we're not going to walk out. Like 5 minutes left in this movie.
You don't earn the walkout. You gotta wait till the end.
We don't decide now that it's a piece of crap movie.
like you're beating the Punisher's exit traffic.
Right.
It's like leaving the last out of a baseball game.
Yeah, at that point you're sneaking out in the eighth. That's nothing.
I do feel like personally, I feel like I'm more at liberty to complain about a movie I watched entirely. And when you're watching a bad movie, you're like, that's what's left of this experience. The fact that I get to complain about this to my friends later.
I was talking to a friend of mine about the actually this is Twitter related. So the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, was I don't think it like landed, it didn't like land like a wet splat on the ground. I think it was decently well received, but history has been very kind to it now that like Spider-Man No Way Home came out. And one of the reasons why I think is because of because like performative Twitter nostalgia is a thing, like people just being like, oh no, this is fine, but like 10 years ago it was better. Like that's just a thing that people do because it's gatekeeping and it makes small people feel big. But the thing is, that's what I believe, because I saw it happen on the internet. But in trying to dissect this friend of mine, whether or not The Amazing Spider-Man was actually a good movie, I realized I only saw like 20 minutes of it. And so I started saying, I'm like, yeah, it definitely would, like, I think it's better. I don't know if Andrew Garfield was that good, but he definitely is getting a lot of love now for a million different reasons. And this friend of mine was like, did you see the movie? I'm like, I saw 15 minutes. He's like, well, no, you got to see all of it before you talk about its quality. So that's the thing, is like, good or bad, you got to watch the whole thing to engage in the discourse.
Yes.
So we need to have a way of applying that on Twitter.
You got to read the whole tweet before you can complain.
Got to read the whole tweet, yeah.
Yep.
I liked the first one of those. The second one is a fucking mess. The Andrew Garfield ones.
That's what this friend of mine said. He said the first one was good. Everyone was good in it. Second one, absolute garbage. Everyone was bad.
I don't think Garfield is terrible. It's just terrible writing. But anyway.
I do want to touch on this new tweet that I just opened. 27,000 likes. And it's just a statement. It's just an opinion. Characters in TV shows are too self-aware now. Every emotional convo is like, I guess I yelled at you earlier because I never processed Dad leaving. No. Flush someone's blood pressure medication because they called you lazy.
This is specifically a dig at This Is Us, I believe.
Yeah, that feels right.
Every single conversation on that show is a self-aware reflection. Like every conversation on that show.
I think if you go through the comments, though, you'll see different shows are being referenced.
Now, I watch horror movies because they elicit a very specific emotional response in a safe space. Because of that, I can't complain about This Is Us or its fan base. This Is Us is doing a very specific thing for a group of people that want to just freaking cry. They just want to do that, and This Is Us is their safe space to do that, and that's okay.
No, This Is Us knows exactly what it is, and that's all really like a work needs to do is know what it is and do it as well as possible.
Yeah.
Us versus This Is Us. Is that a fight that you want, Ansel? Is that a celebrity death match?
One thing that is interesting though about that tweet is it does bring up a good point. It's very hard to just find an abjectly evil, totally irredeemable character on a television show.
Yeah.
Like there was an era of filmmaking where it's just like you need a bad guy for the movie, just like a Nazi escaped Germany, and like eventually that aged out, and then it's like you need a bad guy. That's that former Soviet Republic guy has a biological weapon, and it's now I don't know. The U.S. is in all the bad wars.
No, now it's always Giancarlo Esposito. And
yeah,
he always is complex because he's a character of color in a position of power, doing evil things, that's like 60% of the major villains.
Yeah, that's it. He's doing a lot of work these days.
Mm-hmm.
He's in everything, and he's always playing an emotionally complex, morally ambiguous person where circumstances combined with his own intellect and work ethic have led him to make have led to immoral results.
Right.
And do we want that in every show? Or can
I
we
feel
just
like-
have like 100-year-old Nazi making giant robots?
I feel like with that though, it's at least he's not like saying all the stuff that we know from him, performing in his actions that kind of give us that backstory. It does feel like there's a certain, I don't know. It does irk me when I see interviews of actors being like, I wanted to play a character that was well-rounded. That's why in this scene, I explicitly told you how I was well-rounded. So
I like how the script says that I'm wearing a shirt that says well-rounded. So, it's really an actor's dream.
right. I'd hate to be just a villain. I want to be someone that tells you that I'm a good guy and then does the bad thing anyway.
I didn't want my features to be chiseled. I wanted them well-rounded.
Yeah, I miss the age of like golden age of Hollywood where like Paramount has someone under a 20-picture deal and it's just like, nope, you're going to be evil and you're just going to scream evil crap until someone kicks you out of a building.
Yeah. If
Right,
there's a reason why that you're doing it, great. It's not in the script. You can figure it out behind the scenes.
I think the most evil character I can think of off the top of my head is there was this fantasy series I used to read called Darkover. I don't know if
we need to save that last screen you were on because there was a cursed Dobby, the house elf, that was just really unbelievable on the second row.
That's cursed.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's really not good.
The most evil character I can think is there's a guy in these Darkover books who's he rapes kids. He's a child rapist, and he's kind of like if Snape was a child rapist. He was like very like evil and dark and complex, and you never knew what he was going to do next. I was like, wow, this guy's like really dark. And I didn't realize this, but that character was based on Marion Zimmer Bradley's husband, who was prosecuted ultimately for raping children. What I learned is that sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah.
To have the therapist.
I was just going to be like, yeah, Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man's pretty evil.
Right.
Yeah.
When did you read those?
Like in a few years ago. Why?
Because I sort of missed the very beginning of that, and in my head at first you read those when you were like a teen.
Yeah, no, I read these because I used to be a personal care attendant of a woman who had like all of them. She had like 50 of there's like 50 of these fucking books, and I would like do chores and then I would like read the books.
Wait, there's a book about Hellers. Yeah.
Where's that?
You're on it.
Oh.
There it is. Creation the Hellers.
But yeah, all the kids are psychic, and it's kind of medieval. Like, they're not bad books, but you're like, oh boy, this lady is bad because she helped. Anyway, are you guys ready for the next tweet?
Please.
Sorry.
Every tweet makes you feel something.
There it was. There's the
That
feeling.
was the promise and the hope.
I told you there'd be feelings. So this one I really wanted to go to. This just happened today. Thank God the first tweet's still up. People are saying that this guy should delete his account. But I really want to tell you guys, this was amazing and it happened today. So basically Adam Ellis, whom you may know for, he draws comics, including the Let People Enjoy Things comic, which is like a meme now. But he wrote this post 8 hours ago. I know this is a hot take, but at what point do we declare Jordan Peele the best horror director of all time? Can you think of another horror director that had 3 great films, let alone 3 in a row? I can't. At which point, Jordan Peele replied to him twice. He said, "Sir, please put down the phone. I beg you." And then he wrote, "Sorry, I love your enthusiasm, but I will just not tolerate any John Carpenter slander with the Robert Redford meme, but with his face transposed upon it."
I mean, powerful response game, that's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
it's
just starting the.
Yeah.
He's just starting out. He's great. He's amazing, but we're still in early period Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
I just love the idea that some people choose to destroy their haters, and I think it's wonderful when people choose to destroy their simps.
Yeah.
So people are calling for him to take down this tweet.
People are like, if I wrote this and Jordan Peele told me to put down my phone because I was being so cringy, they were like, I would delete my fucking account because I would be so embarrassed.
For this reason and many others, I do my best not to praise any living person online.
I get that. I don't want to meet my heroes. I don't want an interaction and then have this happen.
Nope. I don't want to meet my heroes. I don't want people to know who my heroes are.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just glide through the world, taking nothing but photos, leaving nothing but footprints.
Yeah. So Hitchcock was my thought. What the fuck? There was aggressive Hitchcock erasure.
I mean, hell, Cronenberg has half a dozen that at least made you feel stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a wrong. It's a wrong tweet. Don't say stuff like that.
Yeah, I do enjoy the fact that Jordan Peele was reading Twitter like one of us, and this happened to come across his feed, and he's like, "It's time for me to respond to this. This tweet is getting out of hand."
Yeah.
I will say the order that I received this information made me relieved when it was a positive tweet.
Yeah.
It started with Jordan Peele saying, "Put down the phone," then the 3 movies that I like or I'm excited to watch. And I'm like, oh God, they're trashing Jordan Peele. I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah, Jordan Peele handled it like Jordan Peele's stock already high, got a little higher because one, you've got some random sort of celeb praising your work and speaking in absolutes, and then you get to come in and play the humble card of like, come on, man, like you get a bump and a bump.
Yeah, it gets in front of the negativity that's always going to happen on Twitter too. So it's like, great, you call me the best, and now no one's going to trash talk this because I beat him to it.
Yep.
Get out. Yeah.
What a pro.
I will agree with what Ansel is saying. That I hope Adam is not getting like horrible negativity from this. He enjoyed a thing, like that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And to be clear, I think Jordan Peele could become the greatest horror director of all time.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
excited
put
that it's
players
so
in the
early
Hall
that
of Fame
it's-
after 2 seasons. Let them work out a career first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But-
know, he's like, yeah. I know some people wanted to trade Jason Tatum after the finals, but you gotta let someone grow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my feeling.
Mhm,
Anyway, we're gonna move on to Doug Balloon. I forget what this is about. But we're gonna find out together.
Doug Balloon.
Oh, I thought we would. Often on this show, we won't look at tweets. We will look at accounts, which I've been enjoying, and look through a few of those tweets of that account. I have, as of late, really been enjoying the New York Times pitch bot, which are pitches to the New York Times.
Oh,
Right.
I'm in.
You're in. Let's look at some bears. Opinion. My own same-sex marriage, which I do not support, should not be legal in the U.S. under the Constitution, by Glenn Greenwald.
Yep.
Yeah. Other ones. Let's look at some bangers. Opinion. We must take steps to protect our elections. The Electoral Count Reform Act is the wrong way to do it, by Mitt Romney. I could absolutely see that in the New York Times. Opinion. I believe in the sanctity of life. Here's why it's okay if women start dying from untreated ectopic pregnancies. I expect we're going to see that any day now. Some of these are just more real than funny. The fact that so few educated people identify as conservatives shows how strongly our schools are indoctrinating their students. Other ones, what's the right number of cents that a woman should earn for every $1 a man earns? The answer might no one could have predicted that suddenly overturning a 50-year-old Supreme Court case governing women's reproductive rights would result in such chaos. And we'll just say, let's do one more. Just looking for one that spoke to people. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were married in Las Vegas last week. Here's why that's bad news for Joe Biden. So if you enjoy making fun of the New York Times, you will enjoy the New York Times pitchbot.
It's a nice mix of 30%. You would see that 30% one notch too far and 40% absurd. Like that's a nice ratio for a parody account.
Mm-hmm. They will also retweet the New York Times when they feel like something reaches the New York Times pitchbot tenor. For example, they recently retweeted this essay. A 28-year-old editor and filmmaker in Brooklyn was eating spaghetti when she had a realization she was being hot. She posted a 7-second video of herself twirling pasta. It inspired a marriage proposal.
Aww.
I
love the epiphany moment. Wait a second.
A social media movement inspired by the rapper Megan Thee Stallion strikes back at the gatekeepers of beauty. Thank God beauty gates got taken down.
When I think of things that are beautiful, I'm like, all I want is to not gatekeep this term, which by definition is about a rarefied form of presenting in nature. But yeah, if you like that, then go here.
Wait, just quick poll. What food does everyone think they are hottest when eating?
slice of boardwalk pizza eaten while leaning against a Camaro.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say a big bowl of cottage cheese while slunk down to my chin in a hot tub.
I'll just go with the vanilla frap.
Any position.
Is it giving you a vanilla frap mustache?
Yeah, and I'm not great at drinking it, so I'm spilling it on myself.
I think the canonical right answer is biting into the gold medal you won for sex.
That's right. That is established canon. You're right.
You can sure find a lot of pictures of that happening.
Look at all these gold medal winners.
A lot of people try for it, and a lot of people win.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a participation trophy.
You're like, this person's like, I can do it one-handed.
A lot of people's teeth got stuck in there. That's why the pictures show that.
Yeah, other people are like, I don't even need hands to bite it. This is like this Ryan Lochte is very coy about it. He really just like gently massages his teeth with the gold medal. I assume that says a lot about him as a lover.
He's a nibbler of a lover.
Yeah, and I really like it when guys have like their hands around each other's shoulders while they're biting into it together. Anyway, that's a really fun Google image search if you need one to fill your time. We're gonna move on to our next tweet. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Found this while browsing Japanese action sites, and I think you should all behold the memory card slab.
Wow.
Quote tweet says, someone in the quote tweets wondering how many gigs of storage this is. My friend.
Perfect, my friend usage.
My friend, this is a grand total
God's own. It's
of 64 of God's own megabytes.
Someone give Griff $1. Griff earned $1. Oh, I'm glad I saw it in that order too, because I got to experience the high of seeing that many freaking PlayStation memory cards. Like, holy shit, that's oh my god.
That's
so much. Like, I had two. And even then I felt like a rich kid.
Right.
You know? Like, look at that. That's, oh my god, that kid probably has every Nerf gun. I'm like, oh, look at this.
Had every Nerf gun, now has every salt gun.
Now has every old assault guns. But like that, I got to experience that, and then I got to see that perfect freaking quote tweet. Yes, perfect. Oh, Rachel, thank you.
What a roller coaster.
For this.
I don't know what it says about me that my immediate base desire when I saw that picture was to have them in that set of stacks and to have a hammer and just smash them all. I really want to.
I need to see a spreadsheet that has everything on them. Like what? How far? How many hours into Final Fantasy VII were you on that one? Like, what do you got on this?
Are you just saving every playthrough?
Are you saving every? Is each one of them a freaking entry in a journal about how you spent 5 years of your life? I'm in.
I imagine you looking at that Excel spreadsheet and then just breaking out into a powerful sweat.
Yeah. Anytime a clue is found in Resident Evil, they saved a different file and they just kept going on and on.
You're going to be so upset when you learn that this is just all of his Madden franchises.
Wow.
All the combinations of teams.
Put those in a bag and launch it into space, and aliens would know everything they need to know about us.
They know all they need to know is that Eris dies a very sad death, but eventually you do save. Is it Gaia, the name of the planet?
That's right.
I think so.
Sounds
Yeah.
correct.
I'm sorry, Final Fantasy VII is like the only game I know that's on this platform.
I mean, it's a big one, so that's fair.
Thank you.
I can almost I can very easily picture what this would sound like, just gently falling and cascading to the table. And it's kind of soothing.
There'd be more texture to it than just dominoes. Like
Mhm.
there's a little bit of a rattle,
The sliding helps too. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Would you buy this as like a sleep aid, just like the sound of a slab slowly falling?
Yeah, I would stack it next to my bed, and if I couldn't sleep, I would just give it a nice little push. And get to sleep.
Even looking at this is like melting the day's anxiety away.
I'll send this to you all in an email, just so that you have it with you whenever you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Just put our names into the two of that drive. Just hit send. Give us all of them.
That's right.
That's the giveaway. If you join the channel's Discord, you'll get a free copy of that file,
Mm-hmm.
of that image. We're just
Michael,
giving
I don't believe you have an account, but I will tag.
A known one.
Not a known. All right, you said it's a secret even to your closest friends and enemies.
I don't think my wife knows it.
Worried you'll forget it, Mike.
That I'll forget it. I'm signed in automatically, so as long as I don't clear like the cookies or something.
New computer.
I got a new computer. Yeah, it was there. I got it. LastPass probably has it on it, right?
Yeah.
Future baby. Or maybe it's when I was doing the same password for everything. That's probably what happened.
I do want to touch on this tweet just for a moment, because everyone agrees with it. It's 51,000 likes. Every museum website has 3 tabs: explore, discover, and visit. The contents of these are completely random.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect tweet. Absolute global truth.
We can explore the truth of this. That's not what I want.
I didn't think that fact needed to be laid out for me, but that was a gap in my not even knowledge, just like a gap in articulating something I knew.
Mm-hmm. You visit.
Yeah.
Exhibition calendar. What does watershed mean? I don't know. Every one of these is just like the longest pull down.
Well, and what do we think the difference between exhibitions and art and artists is? I would think the exhibitions would be about the art and artists.
A web dev quit 6 months into the job. Another web dev got hired. Nah, I don't know. It's just these root files are a mess.
You just need a new tab.
Yeah. It'd be one thing if it was like a virtual tour instead of exhibition, but that's not. Minus some points on that one.
Visit, exhibitions, programs, collections, membership, give. I mean, this is more straightforward. They also want our money, which I like. I like that they're clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
I like give instead of donate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Feels fun.
I would do a gimme. GIMME exclamation point.
Mine would say, I know it doesn't look like it, but we need more money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll also get some of this with like science museums, and the like, history museums.
I don't like how when you Google, maybe it's because I'm on Yahoo search. I don't know why that's my default. I don't usually use this computer, this show. But when I Yahoo search Boston Science Museum, the first 4 websites are booking.com, theater.com, IZEdosearch.com, VistaCity.com, TripAdvisor, and then we get the main website.
You know, I'm gonna just put this out there. If Yahoo keeps this up, they're gonna lose the war against Google.
Yeah.
They're going to say they're going to lose our sponsorship.
We've got visit and explore. Interesting.
Visit and explore.
Give. I love it.
Give it.
Yeah.
I like why giving matters. They're like, why should you give?
Yeah.
Because we said so.
Visit, explore, and give,
Must
and you
imagine
get a
create.
gold medal.
We know that you've been on the fence so much so that you went to a museum's website, burrowed down into their links, and now want an explanation. So here you go.
I do say that I do love this dramatic pose of these two different birds looking in opposite directions.
Mhm. I wonder if anyone was like very gung-ho about going to the Museum of Science and then went to the website for some reason, looked at the website and said, you know what, no. Gotta be at least one person, right?
No, my exploration's done.
Yeah, you know what, I did not explore enough things to justify the visit, let alone the give.
Where's the science and scientists? I want to learn about it.
Right. Well, maybe that's why you leave the discover off. Is like that's the pull. You discover there.
I do love that on the Omni Films page, you say when an IMAX film is projected onto a 5-story high dome screen in the Mugar Omni Theater, you don't watch it, you're engulfed in it. Get ready for a viewing experience that's larger than life and every bit as amazing. Now let's scroll back up to the top of the page. The Omni Theater is currently experiencing technical ticket holders will be notified.
You know, we used to make things in this country.
Oh my god.
And look at these films we don't get to see because of technical issues. I want to watch Superpower Dogs.
I want Ancient Caves. That sounds fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
That does.
I am
on how well named the Mugar Omni Theater is. Like getting Mugar to give that initial donation was such a lucky, stroke of luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think their list of donors was like arranged by cool name instead of net worth. They were just like,
right.
We're calling Mugar first. Hopefully they've got money.
Yeah, we're not calling this the Romney Omni Films.
No.
Moving on.
They literally opened up an old Yellow Pages.
I'm of an age where like I lived before a time that like Omni theaters were a thing, and then Omni theaters became a thing. Right. And the one near me where I grew up was in a science museum. And I remember going in there for the first time, and I'm like, "This is the future. This is it. We figured it out." I miss that. I miss like, just the feeling. Because when I was like that feeling of wonder when like you're 10 or 12, and you find and like you see like a commercial for like Encarta for the first time.
Yeah.
Or like you go to like an Omnimax movie for the first time, like in an Omni Dome screen, or like you just think it's like, yeah, we could do it, we could fix it. And this was also at a time where it's like we closed the hole in the ozone. We're like, my God, what an upswing we were having.
John, this is kind of stealing from my own corner of Parents' Corner that's coming, but if you want. I know you don't want kids, but if you want to experience wonder again, literally tonight, my daughter said "wow" at two things. One was a video of someone making a pancake, and and one was Doris turning on the blender and turning frozen bananas into ice cream.
I don't know if I would be able to borrow wonder like that as purely like it's not the same, but my nieces and nephews get amazed by stuff all the time, and I'm like, yeah, isn't that cool? That's it. I'm never gonna grab it.
I get a little bit from it. I get a little. enough. I get my wonder. What's it called the
Wonder by proxy. Sympathetic wonder.
methadone?
Yeah.
The wonder methadone.
You're okay. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do-
kind of in the same boat as John. I remember seeing some kids across the street. I was going home, and some kids were like, this was a couple of years ago, like playing with a hose. And they were just like running the hose and laughing real hard. And there was a split second. I'm like, this is a dumb hose. What do you do? And then they're children. This is that joy that we used to have. But yeah, for that moment, it was just like, what an idiot. That's just a hose.
You know where
Kids
I
with
get it.
bubbles.
You know where I get it. Like these days, and let's call this my plug. Rehearsal for Magic the Gathering, the show.
Mm.
Yeah, buddy.
The most pure, unadulterated, happy and laughing with every ounce of my being comes from that. And there is nothing else that's just 100% like golden retriever happy. You got all that happy wonder as a kid, but like, life tends to beat you down. And so to find something really pure, like, it's drugs.
There it is.
the magic rehearsals. I love my guy with 3 holes. I thought he was.
Oh my God.
To wonder with the 3-holed man.
I was driving in my car after that rehearsal in silence, and I started laughing because of that. Like, wasn't even listening to the radio. I'm just sitting there. I was like driving by Whole Foods, just like pondering life's mysteries, and I was just like, he had 3 holes, and they were for everything. I love that show. Love that show.
Me too. Before we move on, I just want to point out I'm looking up the Mugar family. First of all, why are they so rich? They founded the Star Market.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what?
There you go.
Oh, I was so scared they were like dealing in diamonds.
Yeah.
Diamond, opioid encrusted dimuns,
Yeah.
as one does. But no, they're just selling groceries, which I feel is really
that's
benign.
good. The Mugar family funding anti-communist revolutionaries in South America. Yeah, it's like no, they just are selling. Star Market's great. Nothing wrong with Star Market.
This from the guy who wants Nazis that make robots. Anyway,
in a self-contained fictional world, life was simpler when you just had like, oh, look at that. He is evil and irredeemable. And that's why at the end, when he's thrown into a power plant, you don't feel 1 ounce of bad.
I believe that you can make people as evil as you want in your fiction. Also, fun other fact I wanted to share: Mugar is a shortened form of their name. When they arrived here from the Karpert Ottoman Empire, the full name was Mugardichian. So feel free to call it the Mugardichian Omni Theater because you are right, and we should make it long again. In my personal opinion, because I feel like if Mugar sounds cool, Mugardichian sounds even cooler, according to me.
Yeah,
Can't argue with that.
Thank you. You can and you won't. It's my show. One more.
Wouldn't dare.
You wouldn't dare. We actually have 2 more tweets. Let's get through them. Oh, I wanted to show you this one. Thought this one was very good. If you like long streams, tonight's your night. I love Zilla Gone Wild, and I wanted to show you guys the Jolly House. The only thing that makes me happy is looking at this house currently listed for $650,000 in South Carolina. Look at this freaking house.
oh my god, we could have done a whole episode in this house.
Oh wow!
Guaranteed.
Does this look so? Can a house look like well fed?
that's a Rubenesque house.
I mean, good on you, architect, for like. There's some wonder. There's someone wants a fairy tale home, wants a page out of like whatever, Grimm's Brothers or something, and they just got it.
Holy crap! Though, fix your driveway.
Yeah.
I just some pavers in there. Jesus.
Sorry, John. There's no more money.
Yeah, they spent it all feeding their giant house.
They had so much extra wood.
Well, it's
What I
waterfront.
love is it's on a, I don't think this would do nearly as well if it wasn't on a big piece of land. Like it
Yeah.
just makes it seem that much more of a spectacle because we're looking at it's probably sitting on 2 acres.
Mhm.
Actually, scroll down. It might be less. It might be the cut of the land. That's only a third of an acre. No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
Interesting.
I like the overview begins rare opportunity on Lake Bowen with this unique roundhouse.
That's what it was. Is
Uh,
someone who grew up watching Nickelodeon and they
Yes.
loved the show Roundhouse.
By the way, anytime you see on a listing, it's actually scroll up on the listing. There's a specific term. It's a contractor or handyman's dream. Whenever you see the phrase
Yeah.
it's a contractor or handyman's dream, it means you're gonna get a divorce if you buy the house.
We talked about water and fearing water.
Yes.
Yeah, this house is filled with it.
Here's the thing: its foundation is crumbling. That used to be a square house.
It actually is full of toxic gases, which is pushing
Yeah.
the outward.
Also, that
Oh.
if you spend much time on Zillow, you know this saves to views ratio is fucking horrible.
Oh, where do you see that?
Scroll down a little bit. There it is.
Oh
So,
no!
Look at that ratio. Everyone's looking at it, and everyone's moving on.
We've talked about what ratioing is and how it's such a catch-all term and how some ratioing is more vicious than others.
Yes.
That's the most vicious ratioing because that has to do with equity.
Yeah.
Everything else is just people arguing about stupid opinions. This is equity. People are looking at this and being like, "You're an idiot for buying that house." And you know what? I'm not going to do. Buy your stupid house.
I'm not even gonna come back and look at it again. I'm not gonna.
Nope.
I don't want to know if the price drops. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember seeing it in the interior photos, but on the first floor, are the walls like curved up if you're inside, or do they just seem straight? It kind of just seems straight,
Kind
right?
of seems straight.
That's a bummer, right?
That's a super bummer.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
But this way, at least you can hang
Oh.
posters.
Yeah, there's a bow there, but that's unusable space.
let's
What you
see.
want to do is get like custom furniture built and custom built-ins to make that space usable.
Hmm.
That's the thing
Yeah,
when you have
my-
like cool architectural features like that and you don't take advantage of them and it's just like, nope, I'm gonna just square this off with some drywall.
Yeah, with like it angled up, you could do like shelves that are staggered so that the front is
Oh,
flat.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh.
so cool.
Buy it, Mike.
What a bummer.
Buy it.
Bye, Mike. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say if you were going to furnish this house, all of the furniture would also be round. Just to continue with the theme. If you like the roundhouse, you can go to Zillow's Gone Wild to look at this beautiful boy. I just enjoy looking at him, and I also enjoy looking at the last tweet of the night. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What were for tonight? What did I save? Oh, this is the funniest TikTok I've seen in months. I actually didn't watch this yet. I just saved it because it has 57,000 likes. So we're gonna watch it right now, and I have no idea.
Unvetted.
Let's do it.
13 seconds. I already see 2 costume changes.
Make sure everything is turned on.
The craziest villain I ever fought was a Sith Lord named Count Dooku. Whoa, Anakin, that's intense. The craziest villain I ever fought was like the Sandman, but you know, there's a fucking Sandman.
Ah!
Craziest
Yeah. Funny, but that's clearly like he had 2 costumes, and so he's just got to do a thing with 2 costumes. Yeah.
Good blend of 2 things that got popular recently. I like it.
I really do enjoy I do enjoy jokes about Anakin hating sand.
Yeah, that is good. It's still good.
I feel bad for. I'm going to tell this person. There are, believe it or not, there are funnier TikToks than this out there.
Yeah.
I haven't watched this before the show. I'm going to tell you, this did not reach the funniest TikTok in months standard with which I was approaching it.
Fair.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Also,
Also, who doesn't love sand jokes? Those are the tweets of the week. Hope everyone enjoyed them. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We did it.
Woo!
whew.
Were your goals for the show met so far?
Yeah, I mean, when Rachel dropped the bomb about the background of the evil person, that book she was reading, I mean, that was it doesn't count as a tweet, but my heart didn't know what was happening, and I think I exploded inside a little.
Yeah, I felt feelings.
That was the little pieces.
That's what you want.
Sometimes we laugh at tweets, and sometimes we think about what was just said.
That's a new slogan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the show is not over. We have one more segment to cover. D is not just the man next to me in a square. He is also a man who is a father and a man who I have berated into creating a brand new parenting themed meme every single week until the show stops because one of us has died. Let's see your parenting meme this week, Adi.
Let's do it. Let's just dive right in. This was a good week for me for meme making. I made a couple actually. I had choices, which I don't always do. And so here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is solid. I get this
Yeah.
even as a non-parent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love this meme format. I really, truly do.
Great template.
Also, I think it was Lydia Bastianich, the chef, that said, like, if you just start feeding your kids weird stuff right away, they're just going to eat weird stuff. And Lydia Bastianich knows more about food than I do. She's Lydia Bastianich. And so and I've never asked a parent this. It's like, why? Like, why don't you just start feeding them bok choy at 3 months old? And just, instead of like chicken nuggets that look like dinosaurs. Like, why? Why does every parent do? I mean, probably because it's just, that's how it has to be. It's not like people are choosing this because they have a choice, but D, why? Why?
So first of all, we do that. We were those parents, very much for both these girls. Sydney at like 6 months old was like wolfing down raw garlic. She loved it, and raw onions, and she really enjoyed things with fennel in them. So all sorts of stuff. Really did try to beef out their flavor, their palates basically, and normalize like a really big range of flavors, and I think did that really successfully. Sydney was an amazing eater for a long time, and then developmental things happened that had nothing to do with how we raised them, that I think we're actually starting to veer out of a period of Sydney it being really, where basically like they want to say no to things to define that's how you define your identity during phases of toddlerdom. And being picky eaters is a really normal thing that happens in the like 2-ish, 3-ish, 4-ish range.
Because it's something they can control.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah. But that being said, even within that framework, I think like we gave ourselves a much higher floor by doing the Lydia Bastianich thing. So like even when she's like a truly obnoxious thing, like we can still make her eat like a nicely, grilled piece of broccoli or something like that. But yeah, but noodles are like these fucking have to be there. One of them has to fucking be there. There's also a version of this with 3, and I was like, I could also put bread in.
I think it's pure with noodles and rice. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the cadence is good. Good tweet, man.
Yeah, you have to hit the baseline of the thing that you know will give her calories that she will accept.
Adi, I hope this.
Kids are hard. Kids are hard.
Kids are hard. Yeah, that's why it's so scary to want them or to even not know whether you do. You're like, do I really want to give myself this homework? It's like giving yourself homework, but it's like giving yourself a baby.
It's 20 years of 24-hour-a-day homework.
When you put it
I bought a Lego set today for me. It's a car.
I want to give a shout out. I know we talked about jokes in the past not being the best thing, but when John said, "Why don't you give the baby bok choy?" at that moment, Ansalt said, "Or even celery."
Ah, beautiful.
This is good.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to sound like super old and like talking about something that probably has been brought up before, but has it been discussed that in this meme format, he's using the same hand to choose which knob as he is to dab his forehead?
There's a continuity error.
Well, to me, it's like I'm going to do it, but I'm so distraught about it that I paused and I took the thing out of my. I don't know.
Stretches out the because he's a no, wait, and then with that hand reaches into his suit and mops his brow.
Right.
Like that. It's not. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. He's doing
Yeah, the gap between the panels is him like taking a moment.
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a good week for these.
Real good.
Very
felt
good.
The juices flowing.
And Adi, you're going to post that on your Twitter so that I can retweet it.
I'm doing it right now.
And Adi, for those who do not know about Adi had told me he was leaving Twitter because I believe I'm quoting, I don't want to be on Twitter when Elon Musk owns it. To which I believe I replied, I don't think that's going to happen. Not to do it, and I told you so because I still don't know how this is going to shake out. I hope Elon Musk goes to jail because I think that'd be really funny. Like, imagine a billionaire so dumb that he has to go to jail anyway.
He owns the jails.
He owns the jail. Yeah. John, what do you think is going to happen at the end of this? I know you understand money.
Yeah. I've got strong thoughts on this. This show's gone. This was a long show though.
Please stay tuned for our 11 o'clock show. John explained the Musk Twitter trial.
What John just did was John's opinion is a crudité platter, and he needs it to be set up appropriately.
Yeah, it's a whole like this thing is so big and so stupid that you have to break down like 5 different parts of it, starting with why in God's name is this in court? Like, what series of events needed to have happened and in what order to put it in court before I can even speculate as to what will happen now that it's there. So
and I don't know why it is that like the more aggravated and infuriated you get, the more I just enjoy. Then the more pleasure I feel spread throughout my body.
I think it's because generally when there's a situation in which Rachel, you and I are talking, and I'm getting upset about the state of something, I think it's because I'm about to say something like, everyone who has talked about this is wrong. And there's something funny about that. Like literally every single thing that's been said about this one thing is wrong. And all these people are loudly screaming, "I'm smart" on the internet, and they're all wrong. And like there's something funny about that. And it makes me so angry because the world is poison, and every day it's worse every day. And the people that can fix it aren't, and we're gonna die. And the smart, silent people are just gonna die like everybody else. But it is funny. It is admittedly funny. So.
Also, I'm sure there'll be some sort of Nausicaa-like figure who helps reset the world. If you haven't seen Nausicaa, go stream it on HBO Max. Guys, this is the end of the show. Any final thoughts from Michael?
Enjoyed my time here. Enjoyed what I saw. Felt the loss when it was gone. Looking forward to your email with all the links, so I can relive the show by myself when I actually read it.
Mike, that's a folder.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a phone. Get
When
the
you
phone.
hand me the folder.
I actually going to download this whole show onto PlayStation.
Yes.
Please save your progress. Guys, this has been Honorable Mentions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was so fucking fun. Give it up for D, Serpico, and Michael. Good night, good luck, and good posting.